Ladies and gentlemen, please throw your hands in the air for the greatest podcast on earth when it comes to music, sports, and culture. Disabled is Abled with your host, Eli and Fredy. So put your hands together if you are ready to get the show started. Let's go. Welcome to another episode of Disabled is Able, where we're the disabled prove that we have superpowers. Clap that up for Fredy. Eli,
What's going on?
the host of this show. Superstars of this show. So welcome, guys, to another episode of What We Do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How was your week, Fredy? I always ask you that since you are a current student at school.
Yeah, it's a little up and down. Like, I'm going through the motions of like I want the semester to be over at this point. I feel like everybody is. So it's a little up and down. But overall, it's good. I'm still breathing. Can't complain, you know? I don't know what else to say.
I feel you.
How was your week, Eli?
My week was good. I was chilling with some friends over the weekend.
Oh, okay. That's always good.
Vibing out and whatnot.
Get out and have some fun.
So a great game, which we'll get into in a little bit.
Oh, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that action.
And, yeah, rocking and rolling.
That's Bowser. He's in the house.
Introducing himself.
I think he also saw some good games.
I think so, too. Appreciate you, Bowser.
How was your week?
Week was very good. I got to hang out with my grandson.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that on the gram.
Yeah.
Right.
That's always good.
My little nephew.
Yep, your little nephew. Hold him and have fun. So let's get started, guys. We're going to go right into some NBA action.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
This is an exciting time of the year. Not normally. Normally that would be July.
Yeah, June,
July.
Right.
But because of, the COVID situation, the NBA extending itself into the bubble, we are now in the free agent trade draft process.
Absolutely.
It's my favorite time of the year.
Favorite time of the year. We get to see players moved.
Too much fun.
We get to see some action here and there.
Some rumors.
Rumors.
You think are just like bluffs, but then they actually become true.
Some stuff we dream that hope comes true in terms of players.
And this is really the only sport where we see a lot of this happen. Because
football,
baseball.
I told you that last week there wasn't really movement.
Right.
Well, you get to see a little bit of it in baseball.
A little bit.
A dominant pitcher.
A dominant hitter goes to a contender.
Right.
Because it's a lot easier to move parts in baseball.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So the big trade right now is Chris Paul to the Suns.
Yeah.
Did anybody see that one coming?
Nah.
I kind of did.
I kind of did, but not really. Because I like him and Devin Booker. I love that. Like, he's going to learn a lot from him. But I feel like Phoenix should have never give away Kelly Oubre.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
That was a big piece.
That was a big piece
really
to give up.
Piece.
But for Chris Paul, that might work. I mean, that might be worth it, meaning.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, how better is Phoenix than OKC? Because y'all had a better record and everything. But I guess he's banking on the fact that he thinks that Devin is the next guy up. You know what I mean?
Right. And also, too, because Phoenix can take that contract.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking, if they're going to trade me, why not trade me to LA? But then, Dad, you were saying that LA doesn't have the cap space to take on 2 years of his contract.
Yeah, he still owed $80 million. And what Pelinka is trying to do is position the Lakers to still be relevant when LeBron leaves.
Yes.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Anthony Davis.
Right. So you got Anthony Davis. So them, as we'll get to, with Schroeder and all of that, But I think the Phoenix move, they won 8 games in the bubble.
In a row.
They did.
So what is proven that they need is a floor general to get Devin Booker off the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
He's got to be a pure shooting guard.
He strives off the ball, you know what I mean? But like he's developed into more of a ball dominant type of player.
Right.
So and they're both average about 25 points per game.
Right. And then when you get into what Chris Paul can do in pick and roll with Ayton.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because he was number 7 in points.
I don't know if he's
in the paint.
This year is going to tell me if he's a all-star or if he's just a bust.
Who, Ayton?
Ayton?
Yeah.
He's definitely not a bust.
No, he's definitely not a bust. I think he had some injuries last year, and
So
he got
he's-
suspended for a few
gotcha.
games.
Okay, so
I
it's
think
time-
once he gets back into the fold,
You're saying more if he's average or if he's gonna
Basically.
become a star. Yeah, I know.
That was poor choice. I apologize.
but you got to understand this too, guys. The big man is a
it's
throwback.
fading away.
yeah,
It's fading.
because of Golden State and how they operated with Draymond Green and them.
So if Chris Paul can get him in some pick and roll situations, he's a true floor general. So, but this also tells me Chris Paul knows he's not going to win a ring. He's going
Right.
to have a full fledged
Right.
career, first ballot Hall of Famer. I think
Yeah.
no
Definitely.
questions asked.
Definitely.
But he's not going to win a ring.
But didn't we also say that kind of LeBron James, even though publicly he would say it like that he wanted the banana boat, that it wasn't really going to happen?
Well, I think there
I'm not blaming LeBron. I'm just saying.
I think there were too many moving parts
Yeah,
for
there's
that
too many
stuff to
moving
happen.
parts.
You know, now Melo may end up with LeBron now
Right.
if he's willing to take a veteran's exception and
Or if he's willing to have the reputation of, okay, I'm chasing a ring with LeBron, and that's the only reason why I have a ring now.
no, but
You know?
but I think he still has some in the tank.
No, he definitely does.
Like Jared Dudley.
Jared Dudley.
He sat on the bench. He was ring chasing.
Yeah.
Right.
Melo would come in the game and put up buckets.
Melo did
Yeah.
put up a big bucket in the bubble.
Right. So
Yeah.
with that being said, I think that it's still he still has enough to where because even Dwight Howard, Shaq tried to like say you didn't do nothing. Dwight Howard did a lot.
No, he
through
did.
the
He
season.
did. He definitely did.
And in the playoffs.
And that to me, that Shaq backslap is just hating.
Yeah.
He's just
he
hating.
Because they never liked each other. Because people used to call him the new Superman when Dwight was drafted,
Right.
and that rubbed Shaq the wrong way.
Yeah.
Back to the original trade. What do y'all think for OKC? What is it gonna do for OKC?
Oh, they are going to be set
They have
for
16 number one draft picks
in the next
In the
6
next
years.
Six
So
years,
so what that means is they're in position for the future, you know,
And-
but their time is not now.
And I trust Sam
Sam Presti.
to make the moves.
Yeah.
He just can't mess up.
See, he
and
can't pull a who's that dude from Boston? Danny. He can't pull a Danny Ainge.
right.
He can't pull a
Danny
Danny
Ainge
Ainge.
blew that.
And we're all banking on the fact that he's going to cash in correctly on these jobs.
Absolutely. So
And-
sometimes you cash in with a draft, and sometimes you
cash in with the
If
trade.
he
Right,
ends up
right.
with another big three, go over the luxury tax because that was the
Absolutely.
only reason why James Harden went to
Didn't
Houston.
say.
Right, and he went to Houston in the first place
And got
because that
traded.
didn't want to go over like I think $2 million over the luxury
and
tax.
imagine they could have won at least 2 titles. That
Yeah.
team, at
Yeah,
least,
yeah.
maybe more.
So I feel like this, Chris Paul wanted to trade more because he feels like Shea Alexander is the next up, and he didn't want to take away from his shine.
Absolutely.
Okay,
I think that's one of the motivated factors.
Absolutely.
And real quick, how well will Phoenix be now?
I got
Where do
them
we put them?
I got
6 to
them
8.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
thinking the same thing.
And if you get the 6th seed, that means Chris Paul again has done his
Because
job.
Right.
they got Monty Williams, which is one of the fewest.
And that was Chris
black-
Paul's first coach in New
Oh,
Orleans.
wow.
People forget that.
That's
so
crazy.
he has a connection with him.
Right, okay.
You know, they got a young core. Like, I want to see what they do from here. Like, who are they gonna sign? Because they still have cap room.
Right,
So
right.
it's gonna be interesting.
All right, the Lakers signed Dennis Schroeder. We didn't put that on our list.
They
Right.
traded him.
But yeah, they traded for Schroeder. We gave up Danny Green and the 28th pick in this draft,
Okay.
Yeah.
which I thought was a good trade because
Bye bye, Danny Green.
he's 27 years old.
Yeah.
He can penetrate, you
He can
know,
defend.
and get his own shot, and he can hit
Three-point-
the spot up 3.
And 3-point
So
shooter.
we lose a little bit on the defensive end, but the way Danny Green was getting cooked this year,
Bye-bye.
geez, bye-bye,
Yeah,
Danny
he wasn't
Green.
even keeping up no more.
Bye.
He wasn't keeping up no more, so I think that's a great move.
I was
Lakers.
surprised that they gave up Danny Green because even though he's not defending as he used to, he can still just catch and shoot, which is what LeBron does.
And needs for the most
But
part.
needs.
Schroeder this year had his best year from the 3-point
Yeah,
line.
no, he
Right.
definitely did.
And now with LeBron, you know you're gonna be wide open.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
for them threes.
Definitely.
So I think
What
he should
happened?
improve.
What happened to the DeRozan?
Um,
Because I thought they were gonna give up Danny Green and Kuzma for.
That's what I was hearing.
Yeah.
Maybe the price was too high, or maybe,
maybe
they still
probably-
have something because they still have
Yeah.
Kuzma as a bargaining chip.
Right, and
Yeah.
I think Pop wasn't trying to give away DeRozan because I know Pop doesn't like giving away
You don't like doing that.
Yeah.
unless it's to the Eastern teams.
Right.
But
so
didn't DeRozan opt in? So he
He
could
did.
have
He
become
did
a free
resign.
agent.
yeah, he opted in because you're not going to leave $28 million on the table.
Right.
Yeah, true.
And for the Lakers to do that, they would have to have Danny Green's contract, Kuzma's contract, and 2 or 3 others to match the money.
Right.
Yeah.
Whereas, they might.
Shooter's just on that 1
And
year
I'm
deal.
seeing Jeremy Grant is
It's
out
available,
there.
yeah.
So the Lakers might be able to pull off a few moves.
This is a good free agency class for the teams to boost up their bench
Yes. Yes.
Right.
because there's not as many stars out there.
Right.
So
This
to
is-
me, it's either between Jeremy Grant or Chris Dunn. But then again, you already have shooters, so do you really need Chris
No,
Dunn?
we don't.
Well, Chris Dunn is a defender on the wing, man. And he's big and he's ferocious.
But you
So-
can also just get that with Grant.
No, either one. I'll take
Okay.
either one of those players can fill that
'Cause
spot
I
for
don't
me.
think Rondo's coming back. That's
Yeah,
what I heard.
Rondo is rumored to go to Atlanta because they're offering him the most money. At this point in his
okay,
career,
yeah, you
he's
take
got
the
2
money.
rings.
I was about to say, he got 2 rings with the 2 most.
You take the
Franchise.
money.
And you
Atlanta's
teach.
on the uprise. You
Right.
teach trade.
Definitely.
Yes,
What
yes.
you
definitely.
know. So
Sort of
it
like
makes sense.
Phoenix. The
Chris Paul,
Chris
yeah,
Paul.
yeah,
he's
for
making
Devin
a
Booker,
similar
yeah.
move.
But at
If-
least Chris Paul is more competitive with Phoenix.
No,
Like,
Atlanta could
they're
be.
lined up. Atlanta could be
Atlanta
too
could be.
because the East is weak.
The East is weekend. Remember, Atlanta drafted well last year. I forget the guy's name that they
Hunter?
drafted. Hunter
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
go with Trey Young, so they could be
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
move.
I don't know who's in the division though. I think it's the Miami.
You just want to make the playoffs.
Yeah,
If you get to the 8th seed,
Yeah.
True.
you did well. The Jrue Holiday to the Bucks trade was a
fast,
big one.
yeah.
I
That
got,
was-
I got a problem with that.
Okay, let's talk about. First of all, the trade went Jrue Bledsoe,
Eric
And-
Bledsoe.
And
Eric Bledsoe, and a few other pieces
right.
went to.
Eric Bledsoe, the young shooting guard they have, DiVincenzo,
Right.
Yes,
and
draft picks.
draft picks.
Went to Pelicans.
Went to
for
Pelicans.
Jrue Holiday.
Right.
And so why do you have a problem with that trade?
I feel like they gave too much away for
Drew
Jrue
Holiday.
Holiday. Yes, he's more of a natural point guard, and he defends, and he can score. And Jrue Holiday, playoff Jrue Holiday is a real thing. But I don't feel like he complements
Giannis that well.
Giannis as much as like what Eric was doing or what DiVincenzo was doing. It's to a better level.
Here's the
But
thing.
they gave up too much, especially with draft. When it comes to the draft pick conversation that they gave up, it was just too much for me.
Here's the thing. I've already seen enough data on both point guards to know Eric Bledsoe definitely wasn't the choice, and I'm not trying to run that
No,
back
that's true. That's true.
again.
That's what I'm saying. It's an upgrade from Eric Bledsoe, but in actuality, like how much is Jrue gonna give
No,
you?
listen. What Jrue is a big two-way guard.
Right.
He can get his own shot. Bledsoe's kind of small.
Yeah.
I like him, but he's a little
And
small.
Bledsoe seemed like he wasn't as aggressive as an
No,
offensive
he wasn't.
threat.
And here's the thing. That wasn't even the best part of the trade. Bogdanovic from Sacramento
From the
Kings.
Kings, yeah.
Bogdanovic, I always mess his name up.
Yeah.
He can stretch the
score,
floor.
yeah.
Right.
He is the one that really makes the Jrue Holiday trade even better.
Better, right.
Yeah.
Because now spacing is everything. You know what I
And-
mean?
and-
now you can't
and now-
pack the middle.
Two.
Who did they trade for him?
Some more draft picks.
Draft picks.
And another guy off their bench. I
Ilyasova.
forget.
And
Yes.
now,
And
that
Silver.
takes the load off of Chris Middleton because Chris Middleton is not. He's not the Scottie Pippen or the Klay Thompson to the Steph Curry or
he's
Jordan.
not better. He's not better than the one in Indiana though.
Oh, no, no, no.
Bogdanovic.
Yeah, no one. That
Yeah,
was
that
really.
one is really the
But
truth.
when we talk about, we got to look at what they're trying to do. They're trying to keep.
Yeah,
Giannis
they're trying
walking.
to
Right.
compliment him a little
And
better.
if they add one more shooter, just one more.
Because the battle between Grant is going to be between the Lakers and the Bucks.
Right. So if they get Jeremy Grant in that mix with them, I think the Bucks become a contender again.
So so $1 million question: is this enough to keep Giannis? I'm still gonna say no.
I gotta
but-
see it play out because
So like I was saying behind the scenes, I was telling Eli, I was like, look, he can pull a Paul George, which what Paul George, what OKC essentially did with Paul George, they were like, okay, you're gonna sign with us. Once you sign with us, if you don't like the direction we're going, you can ask for a trade quietly, and we'll compliment you where you want to go.
Okay.
So that's what they did.
Which I didn't know he did.
It's not in the. It wasn't in the agreement initially,
It's
but
off
it was
the record.
It's
Off
off
the
the
record.
books.
Off the
So
books.
that's what they did. A, it helps OKC because they were able to accumulate these draft picks.
Yes.
They didn't lose you for nothing. They took you away from the competition. And B, you go where you want to go.
All these are facts.
All in one. So, but the issue is, Giannis is more of a superstar than Paul. So
Right.
it would leave like a little stain
Right.
that he would want.
Sort of like an AD
Sort of
situation.
like an AD situation where he had no other choice at the end to like accept the trade rumors because it was coming to an end.
Right.
Here's the thing, too, guys. The East is not that strong.
Right.
So
That's why,
you already know they're gonna be in the top 3. But the real test don't start for them until the playoffs.
The playoffs, yeah.
Because
yeah.
if you put that wall up against him again, and then he tries
but
to.
now you got playoff
It's not even the
Jrue.
wall.
You got Bogdanovic. You got a few other pieces maybe they get.
They need more people to make their own shot.
Yes.
Right.
That's what they need.
Right.
Playmakers,
Playmakers.
playmakers, and
Absolutely.
3-point shooters.
Yeah. So the Rockets trade away Robert Covington to the Trailblazers and bring back Trevor Ariza. I think that's big for the Trailblazers.
It
Yeah,
is.
nah, it's really
It
big.
is.
Because he's a D&3
D&3
wing kind of defender. He can really help a team out.
Clearly, Houston's trying to rebuild, which I don't blame them because
Right.
they got a new GM and a new head coach.
Right.
You're
right.
trying to just, and I think Houston regretted letting go of Trevor Ariza because after that they
Yeah, it
They
wasn't
did.
the same.
They did.
weren't
on
the same.
defense
They
and
did.
a little bit on offense. So
And Trevor Ariza's a good locker room guy.
Yeah.
Right.
So when you're dealing with young players, he'll be there in the locker room. Also, I think this may spell the end of Melo in Portland with Covington.
Yeah,
filling
because
that
He's
take-
gonna
spot.
taking
take
that
up
spot,
most
yeah.
of the minutes.
Yeah. So
but Grant, I think
Like it helps Portland, but I don't think it's the definitive. Like they're still gonna
well,
rely.
And I
Portland is
think
always going to be in the top 4 or 5.
he did do
teams.
enough to get another spot on another team.
He did.
Talking about Melo.
He did.
yeah,
So
yeah,
Melo
yeah.
hit a lot of big shots. He performed well in the
He
bubble.
played himself back into the conversation of a veteran who can help a team. I'm hoping he ends with the Lakers.
Right.
Just to see LeBron
Like, I
in a
just
real
wanna
game
see
dish to
Melo-
his man.
I just want to see Melo in the playoffs.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
longer than when he last in
Right,
the
right,
playoffs.
right, right.
Absolutely.
Like even if he goes to like Golden State, I wouldn't even be mad that he.
Well,
went to
no, I
Golden
wouldn't
State.
be mad
Right,
at
because they
that.
at least gonna go to the Western
'Cause
Conference.
they're at least gonna go to the Western
I wouldn't
Conference
be
or
mad at
get
that.
close to it.
I would not be mad at that. And the big rumor of the day or the week is James Harden turned down an extension, 2 years, $103 million.
That's crazy.
So $51 million he turned down
A year?
a
Right,
year
a year.
Yeah.
so that
He would
can,
be the first $50 million a year player, and
Oh
he
my
turned
God.
it down.
He
people.
turned it down because he wants to be traded to the Brooklyn Nets to play with Kyrie Irving
BX.
and
Yo,
Kevin Durant.
That isn't that the Bronx?
Oh my bad. BK. Oh my bad. I wanted BK. We gonna fix that in the edits.
Yo,
So tell me, guys.
that trio is gonna be crazy. Look, I wanted to low key have it because when I saw it on my ticket tape or phone, and I was like, yo, I could picture that working. Because look, got the number 1 point guard, got number 1 shooting guard, and you got the 50-point sniper in Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
The only downside is defensively, they're not gonna guard nobody.
And plus, like, KD's recently been playing some scrimmages with John Wall.
Right. And they've been saying that he's been looking
and they've
good.
been saying that he looks. If he's
And,
not 100, he at least 80.
look,
KD.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
saying that
And
he's
here's
like
the
at least
thing.
80%.
if you bring in James Harden, he don't even need to. Now Kevin Durant doesn't even have to
Yeah.
carry half the load.
I was
It's
thinking,
33% each way.
that's true.
Yeah.
And
True. And if Kyrie slacks off,
then Kevin Durant can pick up, or
Or
James Harden
James.
can take a call. The only problem is who's gonna have the ball in their hands.
oh, KD. You
Well,
gotta be
Now, and I'm not talking about the last point again. I'm just talking about ball. Like who would you give the ball to
Oh, that's
80% of the
true.
time? Because it's the basketball. You got to
Because
pass
this is the
it.
same issue we had with Chris Paul when it came to dominating the ball.
Right.
Yeah.
And Chris Paul sacrificed that to try to get a championship in 2017.
He did.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it would work for KD's legacy because he doesn't want to do it with a trio again. That's the main reason why he
Also-
went to Brooklyn, because he wanted to do it with like just Kyrie or
Right.
like basically on his own
because
like a
that
tag team
would
partner.
look at every. Because here's the problem with that. The problem is, look, all the years that you would have got a championship, you got it with help. And I'm not saying that's not a problem,
Right.
but because you do need a team around you.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, all the greats at least carried a championship team somewhat. But I'm not.
Because
I'm
if
not,
they
I'm
made the
wording this wrong.
finals,
A sidekick.
you don't know who would win the MVP if that team went to the finals. Any one of them are capable of
Right.
winning
Yeah.
the MVP. I think it's too top heavy, but I've
Yeah.
seen it done before. But because neither one of them play defense, and all three of them actually need the ball. See,
And-
Chris Bosh didn't need the ball. You know,
Dwayne
right.
Wade didn't need the ball.
need the ball.
Right. And neither did Clay or Steph.
Even Clay and Steph, they don't need the ball.
Right.
Right.
They can play
You
off
know,
the
they
ball.
can play off.
So the big three has to sort of complement each
I don't
other.
know. I don't
but
really
it would be
like the
box
way it
office.
looks. No,
Oh,
definitely
my God.
We'll be in there every
We
day,
beat
guys.
every
Yes.
game.
Yes.
We
Every
there
game.
Every game. They play the Knicks, I don't care.
Yeah.
Yes, we in the building.
We in the building.
Also, psychologically, they are emotionally unstable.
That is true.
No, that is true. Though.
I mean,
That is true.
and
I
you know,
just don't like the pairing. I just don't like it. Brooklyn would have to give up too much. They would dig themselves in the hole if it doesn't work like they did with KG,
Right.
Paul Pierce.
right, and that's my thing too. That's what I was trying to explain because I was saying, I'm trying to see if Kyrie and Kevin Durant can do it without the big
That's what I was saying.
dogs. Because Kyrie hasn't won a championship without LeBron,
Yeah.
and Kevin, you haven't won it without Steph or Clay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
now
now you bring in-
and now you're bringing in James Harden. So now it's like here we
And
go all over
you know,
again.
and KD's not gonna say no. Like, oh, James is like,
Right,
you
I'm
wanna
not gonna
come?
turn
I'm
that
not
down.
gonna tell you
Wait
no.
a minute, guys. No, if he is thinking about coming to Brooklyn, that means they have to be on board already. They talk all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
So they have already said yay or nay.
No. That's what Freddie was saying.
Yeah,
He
that's
was
what I'm
saying,
saying. I was
yeah.
like,
He
if
was
he
saying-
comes to me, I'm not gonna deny him to not come because
right. I'm gonna be like, try to pull it off.
yeah,
Absolutely.
much as
I
you
just
guys
don't
want.
like the pairing. I feel like they shouldn't do it. I feel like they should keep it at the two, the dubs. Like
Oh,
two
the
against two. Yeah,
the dynamic duo.
dynamic duos. But I don't know. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, well,
We will pay close attention.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
I have a list of the potential Hall of Fame inductees
Okay.
for 2021.
For the MLB.
For the MLB, I got Kurt Schilling. This is his 9th time around.
Okay.
Roger Clemens. Those are the steroid guys. Barry Bonds. Steroid guys. I don't know if they're going to make it.
Okay, hold on. Real quick PSA moment. I just want to say they deserve to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yes, with an
And
asterisk.
and I'm talking about like
Of course.
Barry Bonds and
They were
'cause-
Hall of Fames before the steroids.
come on.
So they
Yeah.
do belong.
This whole steroid rule has to because even in football and in basketball, we don't criticize. We just put them in. It's like, all right, man, do this steroid. All right,
like,
cool.
it's not that. Like, I feel like it's more of a prestigious thing. Like in
Right.
baseball, it's
Yeah,
serious.
it's like,
But,
no.
but before steroids, them guys was on speed. Them guys was on cocaine.
Yeah.
Them guys was chewing tobacco.
Yeah, that
There's
was-
always been something
Yeah,
going
I'm
on
sorry,
in
Becky,
baseball.
my bad.
Gary Sheffield,
Yeah,
great
that's-
player,
that's a
7th
great
time
player.
around. Todd Helton, Manny Ramirez, he was also
Yeah,
steroids.
but he deserved it though.
Yeah, Andrew Jones should get in. Sammy Sosa steroids.
Andy
Andy
Pettitte,
Pettitte
steroids.
steroids. Jeez.
And I didn't know that one. I did not know that one.
Yeah, yeah.
What, Andy Pettitte?
I didn't know he was
Oh, well,
steroids.
I didn't.
But here are the first time. This is the meat of it. Tim Hudson,
He should get in.
Mark Burley, Torrey Hunter,
Probably got in.
Barry Zito,
AJ Burnett.
Shane Victorino, AJ
Yeah,
Burnett,
that was shocking.
Nick Swisher. He not getting in.
Okay, Freddie, go.
Let me rant a little bit. I appreciate you helping our 2019
Oh
Yankees
yeah, we
win
yeah,
the chip.
Yeah,
You know, that's
absolutely,
always in
because
my heart.
he was smacking
It's
bombs.
always in my heart. You were
Yes.
spanking bombs. You know, I love the way you swing. Your swing was unique to me. I love that. But dude, you didn't really do anything.
Enough to make
Like
the Hall
enough
of
to
Fame.
make your own. I think they just put you there because they like you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah. Hold
I
on.
don't know. Interesting.
So the Miami Marlins hired their first female general manager.
Let's clap that up.
Yes, the first
First female,
Dad, can you try
general
to?
manager in MLB history.
and she's Asian.
She is Asian.
So she's the first female and the first Asian.
I'm trying to. It's Kim.
Don't try. Don't even try.
Hot try.
Kim and G.
Yeah, Kim and G.
Kim and G.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Yeah.
No.
So we.
But that's a big
And
accomplishment.
clap that up.
Yeah, that was a big accomplishment, though.
Side note, I found out that she used to be an assistant GM, like an assistant under Brian Cashman.
Wow. Okay, so she learned
So she
from the
learned
best.
from one of the best.
Right.
And she has close ties with Derek Jeter.
Okay.
So that was one of the big moves as to why.
And why Derek Jeter
And if you
promoted
think
her.
about it, women have the capabilities of thinking outside the box.
Right.
9 times out of 10.
A thinker's mind is a thinker's mind.
Yep.
Just like disabled,
Absolutely.
women are able.
Exactly.
Women are,
Yep. Shout that out.
Let's just keep that a buck. And in basketball, the Pelicans have also hired, I forget her first name, but Weatherspoon. They promoted her to an assistant coach.
Yeah.
Okay,
on the
nice.
bench. So,
Also, the one from the Spurs.
oh yes,
Yes.
Sue
Yes.
Bird, not
Yeah.
Sue Bird.
Becky.
Becky Hammon.
Becky Hammon, yeah.
Becky Hammon. I'm sorry. So we have women making moves in the sporting realm on the GM level.
And NFL as well. Isn't the Washington? I think they got a woman.
They did too.
Washington Redskins.
Freddie Freeman won the NL MVP of
Let's clap that
2020
up.
Clap that up.
Yeah.
Deserve
from the
that.
Atlanta Braves, and Jose
Abreu.
Abreu.
won the MVP for the AL for the White Sox.
And that's our baseball news
That was a little shocking.
of the week. Yeah, I thought our guy had a better. What's the our guy name who came in third for the Yankees in the MVP voting? The number one hitter on the Yankees.
Oh, DJ LeMay.
Yeah, DJ.
He
Yeah.
should have
You're
won.
listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
All right, let's get into Week 10 action in the NFL. Very busy week.
Yeah, very good week.
Very good week. We had the Cardinals beat the Bills on a last second.
That was insane.
Amazing game.
Yes.
You watched that live?
I watched it live, bro. It was 11 seconds. We just gonna jump to the good part. It was 11 seconds. Kyle Murray, hiked the ball. I'm thinking, all right, cool. We'll see what happens. I said, yo, right before they hiked it, I was like, they got Hopkins for this exact reason. To try to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
Hiked it, ran. Thought he was about to get sacked. He missed they missed the tackle and just bombed it. And I'm like, okay.
And because he was left-handed, he was scrambling to his left.
Right. So it kind of benefited him a little. Right.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, somebody got to be back there. I saw number 17. Sorry if I don't know your name. I saw him running, so I thought he was going to catch it. And then 3 defenders around Hopkins and just give me that. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, my God.
That was a moment.
That was insane.
His hand strength is amazing. Like, dude.
And his grip is probably insane.
Dude.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
And also, too, moments before that play, Diggs.
Yeah,
he had the game winner.
He had the game winner because he beat
And-
Peterson on the route.
And he shouted out. He was like, "That's why you pay me."
Right.
You know, because hinting at the Vikings that they didn't want to pay him, so they traded him.
Also, Hopkins, your soundbite after the game was
Yeah,
legendary.
it was classic. It was.
Legendary.
It was like
That-
that's equivalent to dunking on
and he said,
three dudes.
he
yeah.
said it was between 3 defenders. It was just a better catch by I, not me.
He said,
I.
"That's tough."
He said I.
That's
I said,
tough.
bro.
Nah,
That
that's
was
tough.
So very good game by the
Yeah.
Cardinals.
Very good game by the Cardinals.
So
Now,
how serious are we taking the Cardinals now?
very seriously, because now on Thursday it's for the division between the Seahawks and the Cardinals, because the Seahawks lost to the Rams.
Yeah, and the Seahawks have been slacking. I don't
They
know
have
what's
been.
happening.
Yeah.
But
We'll
they
talk
let me
about
down.
that.
But I'm not gonna blame. I don't want to blame Russell Wilson. He just needs help.
Yeah.
Especially on the defensive end.
Because a great quarterback can win you a game or two, but if you don't have a team, it's going to eventually show.
Right.
So I think Seattle's team is slacking.
Yep.
I do think they will make the playoffs, but they're not going to be one of
Yeah.
those teams that,
Sort of like the Chicago Bears, where they started off hot. You know, the quarterback
Right.
was able to win in the games,
Yes.
but then their true colors showed.
But if you're gonna be run by a rookie quarterback in Kyle Murray, I don't know how far they'll go in the playoffs.
Well, no,
But then again, it's one game.
No, that's not. I don't think that's their goal. I think their
The
goal is just to
Cardinals,
get there.
right? There you go. Their goal for the first year is just really to get there.
Gotcha.
And then they'll improve on the team in hopes of making themselves better. Steelers remain unbeaten.
Yes, they do.
So,
Yes,
Clap that up.
they are 9-0.
I still think it's because of their schedule, but
Oh yeah, absolutely.
No, it's a farce. But you got to win. You got to play
yeah,
the
you gotta
games on
play
the schedule.
you got to play who's there. You got to play who's in front of you.
And in that game, they beat the Bengals 36-10. Ben had 333 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Burrow had a pedestrian game, 213 yards,
Yeah.
and a touchdown, but he's still a rookie.
Right.
So
Yeah.
look for. I don't know who's next on the Steelers schedule, but we'll check that out in a few.
Yeah.
The Giants beat the Eagles in the loser bowl.
See, Giants, I don't know what y'all doing.
They're 3-7,
Y'all
but
But now they in the hunt for the division because you said it off camera.
6-10 is
6-10 is gonna win the division. I've never seen that before.
Yeah,
With
6-10.
6 wins and
That's
10
crazy.
losses, might win the division, bro.
bro,
That's crazy.
it's gonna win the division, and the Giants are in the hunt.
Like Giants, like y'all trying to get a high pick. What are y'all doing? I mean, y'all gonna mess it up regardless.
My surprise team is the Dolphins.
Yeah, they.
Since Tua has taken over,
3-0,
they
like
beat the Chargers 29.
and they won 5 games.
I picked them.
They
You
won
did,
5 in
you
a
did.
row and 3-0 with Tua. And now that the Bills lost to the Cardinals, now that AFC East is
Got a
wide,
little tighter.
is a little tighter, right?
So we like Tua.
No, I really do. I just like the Miami aura. I don't know if that's just me, but I
Okay.
like Miami.
I mean,
Okay.
that's a special home for you. Was born in Miami. I know.
Yeah, but like, what do you want me to?
Oh.
What do you want me to do?
That's your home
So you
town.
telling me you don't want to be in the beach right now?
No, beach
That's
sounds
true.
nice.
Yeah, it sounds beautiful right now.
And the surprise win of the week,
Hold on, real quick. Who wins that division? If you was a betting man, real quick.
Buffalo. I think Buffalo has a running game and a defense, and it's cold to play up there in December and January. I think Buffalo's
Fred,
going
you
to
would
win.
take Miami?
I'm taking Miami. I don't even. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm taking Miami.
And the surprise win of the week, the Patriots, who you picked,
I did pick.
beat the
Yeah.
Ravens 23-17. To me, it's like the Ravens are slipping now.
Yeah.
Cam
I
Newton had
watched some- I watched
118
some-
yards
I-
and 1 TD.
He had 1 TD. They threw. They did that wild card where the wide receiver throws to another wide
Yeah.
receiver.
And so
That was really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he used to be a quarterback.
He
right,
did.
right.
Yeah.
So to me, the Ravens got to get it together.
They do. Here's the thing. I will give them a little credit. Their center snapped the ball and kind of messed up the snap. Because it's sort of like he kind of had a Peyton Manning game in Super Bowl 48 where
Right.
once he snapped the ball, it was pretty much a wrap.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get to these predictions.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
Okay. I'm going to start it off first with your favorite team, the New York Jets versus the Chargers.
I got the Chargers.
I got
Easy.
the Chargers.
Chargers, all right. Cardinals, Seahawks, Thursday night football game.
What's their records? Division?
Same record.
6-3.
6-3.
I'm gonna have to pick the Cardinals. They
I'm
hot
gonna pick
right
Seattle. They're at home. They
I'm
need a win.
I'm gonna pick Seattle. They definitely need
now.
to
I'm
win.
picking the Cardinals. They hot.
Eagles and Browns.
Eagles and Browns. The Browns beat the Texans last week.
Give me the Browns.
Yeah.
Give me the
Give me
Browns.
the Browns. I don't believe in Carson no more.
Bengals versus the Washington football team. Bengals.
Give me the
I'll
Bengals.
Bengals. Yeah.
Give me the Bengals.
Bengals. Okay. Falcons versus Saints. Drew Brees is out for 3 weeks.
I'm
So
gonna
I'm
still
taking-
take the Saints. They got Jameis Winston. I want to see
Saints.
what he got to do.
Saints.
Jameis
I
Winston, who throws 30.
Yeah, but
But
he's
he
in a
got
different
LASIK
system.
surgery.
Yeah, he in a different system.
Yeah.
He is. All right, I'll take the
And
Saints.
every Instagram post I see is him working out now.
True.
So-
Steelers versus Jaguars. Steelers.
Steelers.
Patriots versus Texans, taking the Patriots. Which puts us at 5-5. We still may have a shot to win the division.
Patriots.
Yeah, Patriots.
Yeah,
Because their defense is coming along.
it is.
So-
It is. Lions versus Panthers. Loser.
Give me the Panthers.
Panthers.
They're at home.
I'll take the Lions. Take a gamble. Titans versus Ravens. Ravens, y'all need to figure out what y'all doing
Yeah,
because
I'm
y'all
taking
losing
Titans.
too many games.
I'm-
Y'all really are. Like, y'all pissing me off. 'Cause I need Derrick,
Why are you mad,
Cause
bro?
I need Derrick Henry to make it to the playoffs and body slam everybody in the way.
I'll take the Ravens.
I'm gonna take the Ravens too.
I'm gonna take the Giants.
Dolphins, Broncos. I'm taking the Dolphins.
Same.
Denver's a tough place to play. I'll take the Broncos.
Packers, Colts. My bad. Sorry. Packers.
Give me the Packers.
Yeah, Packers have been hot.
Cowboys, Vikings.
Give me the Vikings.
Vikings.
Yeah, Vikings. Kirk
Chiefs
Cousins
and
won.
Raiders.
Kirk Cousins won his first
Monday night
football. He's 1-9.
Chiefs and Raiders.
Chiefs. I'm taking Chiefs have to win that game because the Raiders beat them.
Oh right.
Oh yeah.
So that's the payback game.
Yeah,
That's the payback game.
So I'm taking.
And they're coming off a bye, so they got 2 weeks off.
Oh yeah, they're gonna smoke them.
Rams, Bucks, the Bucks. Well, no, Rams are 6-3 though.
Nah, the Rams are hot. That's a hard game.
Bucks at home.
That's a hard game because the Rams are hot, but the Bucks are also hot too. But they're like on and off.
Who you got?
Calm down. I gotta think about this, bro. Don't pressure me, I guess. Okay, I don't like that aggressive toxicity. Okay, calm it down. I'm gonna take the Rams.
Okay, cool.
And those are our picks. And because of shortness of time, let's just get to culture.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
A lot of rappers shot, guys.
A lot of rappers.
King Von, all in Texas. Bennie the Butcher, Boosie, and Mo. All
Condolences to King Von who passed away.
And Mo who passed away. So what do we just think about the violence in hip-hop? Right
it needs to stop because I don't know why this is going on for almost, 2 decades?
It's a long time.
I mean,
maybe 3.
Before our time.
I know, but that's what I was saying because I know he.
But now it seems to be even more.
Right.
We're used to one rapper getting killed over here, then maybe another one.
Right.
Now it's very frequent.
And you would think, I would.
The amount of rappers that have just died, period, in the last 2 years is insane.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
And if it's not the gun violence, it's the drugs. So
Right.
it's like it's a lose-lose situation.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it just needs to stop. I mean, I would understand. Look, here's the thing, because I was saying with you off camera that the ego and pride needs to get out the way.
Yeah.
Because you're getting your ego involved, but it's an eye for eye situation.
Now it's an eye
because
for eye.
if I lose my friend or my brother,
then revenge.
Now it's revenge moment.
Yeah.
I can't just. And if I sit on my sword, I'm looking like a punk.
And then the hard line to define everything here is because a lot of the raps, we don't even know if it's true what they say.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
They could
a lot
just
of
be
times
frauds.
they might, picture frame this persona they want to portray, but then we don't know exactly true until they actually do something dangerous or something violent.
Right.
So we send our condolences. Let's save our disabled story for next week, maybe. Where can we be reached?
We can be reached on Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram at Disabled Podcast. We love you guys. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Gotta hit the subscriber buttons up. And
Yes.
we out. See you guys next week.
Mm.
Mm.
Ladies
Mm.
and gentlemen, please throw your hands in the air for the greatest podcast on earth when it comes to music, sports, and culture. Disabled is Abled with your host, Eli and Fredy. So put your hands